Welcome back to Secure 7. In today's episode, we are going to explore one of the oldest and most common attacks in cybersecurity, the brute force attack. It may sound simple, but it's still widely used by attackers today, and shockingly, it still works against many systems. By the end of this video, understand what brute force is, how it works, see a demo, and learn the best defenses. What is a brute force attack? A brute force attack is when an attacker tries multiple combinations of usernames and passwords until they find the correct one. Think of it as trying to unlock a door by attempting every possible key until one finally opens it. There are different styles of brute force attacks. A simple brute force is just trying every possible combination. A dictionary attack is when attackers use a pre-built list of common passwords, like 123456 or password 123. Credential stuffing is when attackers use leaked usernames and passwords from other websites, hoping people reuse them. How brute force works: imagine a login form that doesn't have any protections. An attacker can use automated tools like Hydra, Burp Suite, or custom scripts to send thousands of login attempts in a very short time. If the site allows unlimited attempts, eventually the attacker is likely to get in. Some attackers go further and use botnets, thousands of hacked computers working together to try different combinations. This makes brute force attacks even faster and harder to stop. Real-world examples. Let's look at some real-world cases where brute force was used. Twitter has been a frequent target of brute force attempts, especially on high-profile accounts. In the past, attackers tried password spraying, using a few common passwords across many accounts to avoid detection. LinkedIn has suffered from massive credential stuffing attacks. After data breaches, attackers reused millions of leaked passwords to break into other accounts, since people tend to use the same password everywhere. WordPress sites are also common victims. Hackers use automated bots to try default admin usernames like admin or root, along with weak passwords. If successful, they gain full control of the website. These cases show that brute force is not just theory, it happens daily, even against big companies. Demo in DVWA. Now let's see how a brute force attack works using DVWA, the damn vulnerable web application. Step 1, we log into DVWA and set the security level to low. Step 2, go to the brute force section. We see a simple login form asking for username and password. If we try a random guess like admin and password, it fails. But since the application doesn't block us, we can keep trying. The login is successful and we now have access. This demonstrates how easy brute force can be when protections are missing. At higher DVWA security levels, protections like delays or lockouts are added, making brute force harder. This shows how important defenses are. Why brute force still works. You may wonder why such a simple attack still works in 2025. The answer is weak passwords and lack of protections. Many users still use passwords like QWERTY or Welcome13. Many systems still don't have two-factor authentication, and some developers don't add basic defenses. Attackers know this and take advantage of it. How to defend against brute force. Now let's talk about defenses. First, enforce strong password policies. Require longer, complex passwords and encourage passphrases that are easy to remember but hard to guess. Second, add account lockouts or rate limiting. After a few failed attempts, temporarily block the account or slow down responses. Third, implement CAPTCHA challenges to stop automated bots. Fourth, always enable multi-factor authentication. Even if a password is guessed, the attacker still needs the second factor. Fifth, monitor login attempts. If you see hundreds of failed logins from the same IP, block it. Finally, educate users about password reuse. If one site is hacked, attackers shouldn't be able to reuse the same password everywhere. Recap and conclusion. Brute force attacks are simple but powerful. We learned what they are, how they work, saw examples, ran a DVWA demo, and discussed defenses. The key takeaway is this: never underestimate simple attacks. Protect your accounts with strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, and security controls. That's it for today's episode on brute force attacks. If you found this useful, hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Secure 7 for more cybersecurity lessons. And don't forget to check out our Ethical Hacking Basics course on the channel. Thanks for watching, and stay secure.